Hello and welcome to Patton's Live TV. I'm your host, Jeff Bond, and we're starting a new segment for our 2014-2015 school year. So I had a little time off here to play around with a few things. I'm going to get to those a little bit later. I do want to remind you about our format, and our format is we have the Patton's TV Live every Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month, and the third Tuesday of the month. The first Tuesday of the month is when I'll have information regarding a variety of different special ed kinds of things that could be specifics to trainings like Read Out Loud and Read and Write Gold and those kinds of things. Or we'll have somebody in as a guest to kind of help share their insights and so forth into the special ed part of Patton's TV. But it's not just special ed. We do want to make sure that we're really open for everyone. So it's not just, not even school age. I mean, I hope that others can look at the information that we provide and find some useful information from it. I'm going to go ahead and show you the Patton's website. And the Patton's website is at pattonsproject.com. And we have a lot of information there. And as I scroll down, once I find my place here, again, we have a lot of information. The one thing I would like to point out while I'm scrolling down is that we have our state conference, which is going to be November 18th and 19th. It's going to be downtown at the Crowne Plaza here in Indianapolis. And our guest speaker is going to be Josh Blue. Josh Blue is a comedian who actually won the competition for Last Comic Standing back, I believe, in 2006. So information is there, registration is there. And as we scroll down, we'll also pass Patton's TV. And again, we are back. Again, the first and third Tuesday of the month. The third Tuesday of the month, we're going to have actually our vendor presentation. And we'll have a vendor come in, show their products. It could be technology, it could be software, those sorts of things. But it's really a nice focus for them to kind of get the information out to the listeners about the kinds of things that are available out there. As we scroll down a little bit further on Patton's TV here, we actually are on Twitter, but we're also on Facebook. And clicking on Facebook, we got it open up here. This is our Facebook page. These are all of the folks that work with the Patton's Project. We've got one that isn't in there, but anyway, Patton's Project. And we have a lot of information that, as we scroll down, apply to, again, flipping the classroom. The one that I looked at this summer, which was really kind of interesting, was we got a lot of information or questions about accessibility for the iPad and the iDevices, but not a lot of information comes out, for accessibility, especially with Chrome and Google app users. So this is just one spot that we can look at, and again, it's on our Facebook page, and we can scroll down and look at enlarging text and that sort of thing. So, kind of a fun example of the kinds of things that we have on our website. Go back here to our Facebook page. Well, I'll just close that out. And while I was on our Facebook page, we had our our technology expo back in April. And one of the vendors that we had there was Westminster Technology Incorporated. And one thing that he brought was a little robot that's known as NAO. It's N-A-O. And so I kind of wanted to see what it was about. And I went to his website, and here's what it is. It's really a small robot that has a variety of different sensors. It's got sensors for balance, and in its feet it's got speakers, it's got microphones to pick up the happenings that are going on around them. But it's also being used for students that have autism. And so there are a variety of clips here, and I'm not going to get into those right away. But handful of clips here that talk about the now and the kinds of things that are being implemented with autism and students with autism. So if you have a chance to take a peek at that, it'd be really probably insightful. The other thing is Westminster Technology is going to actually be one of our featured vendors here in November. So he might be bringing now to help demonstrate what it can do, but we'll have to look at that down in the future. Another thing that I came across, actually my daughter showed me, it's a product called the Finger Reader. And the Finger Reader is an experimental device that actually slips on the reader's finger, and there's a little camera, and as they point and go across, it will actually read the text to them. And we've got a little clip that I'd like to show, just kind of give you, it's a little 2-minute clip, just kind of give you an idea as to what they're really working on. So again, it's still in the experimental stages and so forth, but another one of those promising things that might be useful for an individual with a visual impairment.
History of reading. During the next 10 years, many researchers seemed to lose interest in the rewind time and interactive aspects of computer graphics. Instead, most creative energy went into synthesizing realistic images offline and not in real. The mere provision of assistive technology even if carefully matched and as mentioned above,
So again, another little piece of technology that's being developed. You know, we have Google Glasses, which was a prototype very similar to this product. So hopefully in the future we'll be able to see something that actually is more portable and useful for folks that have a visual impairment. One of the things that Patents is going to be doing this year is we're changing around a little bit of what we do as far as site coordinators and so forth. And Daniel McNulty has a little message that he'd like to share with you about the transition and the types of things that we're going to be doing this year in Patents.
Hello, and welcome to this first episode of Patents TV for the 2014-2015 school year. I'm Daniel McNulty, Director of the Patents Project, and I want to take just a few minutes to talk about an exciting change within the Patents Project starting this school year. As you may know, there are 5 Patents regional offices around the state, plus the ICAM, the Indiana Center for Accessible Materials. For many years, each of the Patents coordinators in those regional offices have attempted to offer the same services and trainings and consultative technical assistance as one another. In essence, we've been duplicating most services in each of the 5 geographical regions. While this service model has many benefits and has served our Indiana public K-12 schools very well up to this point, we feel the time is right to make some adjustments which will ultimately allow Patents to provide an elevated level of service. The regional model of service delivery up to this point has allowed Patents as an organization to obtain a solid foundation of baseline skills in assistive technologies, accessible instructional materials, and universal design for learning. Starting with this school year, all Patents regional coordinators will maintain that baseline of knowledge and skill set across the board. However, they will each now specialize in 4 to 5 areas. Each Patents coordinator will effectively be given an opportunity to become the best at those 4 to 5 areas of expertise and serve as a true expert resource for the state. Each coordinator expert will also have a secondary staff member in another part of the state supporting them. It's important to remember that you are not losing your regional Patents coordinator. Rather, you are gaining an elevated level of expertise of 4 additional coordinators. Additionally, there are no structural changes within the ICAM, the Indiana Center for Accessible Materials. With our creative and passionate staff and with the robust technology we have at our fingertips, we feel this model will allow us to ultimately provide a much more comprehensive and higher level of service delivery to our public school stakeholders. So I have a visual now that will also be available on our website to demonstrate this. In the center, we have those Patents baseline skills that all coordinators will maintain. So there's a general awareness of a variety of assistive technologies and accessible instructional materials and universal design for learning, a basic understanding of legal requirements with regard to those, and the basics of the Mac platform, the PC platform, Google, and targeted technical assistance. Now, if we move to each of the regional coordinators quickly, we'll look to the Northwest. Jim Lambert will become our early intervention, low incidence, elementary, PC accessibility, and autism expert. And there's a shortened URL to his page on the Patents website there for your convenience. If we look to the northeast part of the state, Julie Kuhn, for the entire state now, will become our alternative and augmentative communication expert, our assistive technology team development expert, our universal design for learning expert, orthopedic access, and assistive tech and accessible materials in the IEP expert. And if we look down to the southwest part of the state, Sandy Staubenfeld will be our AIM and AT classroom integration expert. She's our webmaster. She'll also be working with the rest of the staff on creating training videos and tutorials and content authoring tools. She'll also serve as our Mac accessibility expert. In the center part of the state, Jeff Bond will be our specific technologies expert. So he'll be looking at specific formats, conversions, and specific types of formats that have to be put on certain devices and the technical specs for each of those. He'll be our technical spec expert also for certain accessible instructional materials, including NIMAS files. He'll be our blind and low vision expert, and he'll also continue to coordinate our Patents TV offerings. In the southeast part of the state, Sandy Mall will become our high incidence, our deaf and hard of hearing expert, our Google and Chromebook accessibility expert, and our curriculum trends and transition, especially for secondary age expert. So this page will be available on our website for your convenience, and I'd like you to remember that you can still contact your Patents regional coordinators just as you have in the past, but they may direct you to the expert in the state. And feel free to contact any of those experts in the state that you feel may be best qualified to answer your questions based on their new areas of expertise, and also feel free to contact me directly at any time with any questions, concerns, or ideas. So thank you for your time. Thanks, Jeff, and back to you.
Great, thank you, Daniel. I think that's a really exciting thing for the Patents Project. It offers us the ability to really use some of our unique talents and so forth. We're not going to give up anything that we're responsible for within our own sites, but again, just another little thing that we can hone in and present to the state of Indiana. We're going to wrap up, but I want to remind you that the third Tuesday of August we'll have a vendor presentation. Our vendor presentation Spotlight is showing up on the screen now, and it's actually on our website, so you can kind of preview it a little bit. It's going to be Deb Fortman with SpecTech, and Deb is going to be bringing in some devices to share with us. So you can click on those, get some information, and again, all this information is going to be updated as we have other vendors come in and do their thing. So we're looking forward to Deb coming in and presenting her vendor presentation. And with that, I'd like to say goodbye. Thank you.